can win against FlyQuest here, there's a very good chance that they go undefeated in the group.
Ooh, yeah,
Bold
I could agree with you.
but
I think it's a bold statement, especially with the upgrades to teams like Karma and etc. But the last time this head-to-head went to a third map was basically this time last year in ESL Impact. Yes, they went head-to-head in a Cash Cup, and that was actually incredibly close. But in ESL Impact, the last time it went head-to-head in a third map was this time last year. It's been nothing but 2-0s for FlyQuest RED. Now they are being tested. Kaoday's on the IGL. They've changed some roles. They've changed some players. Mads is out for revenge, and here comes the pistol round. Starting on the T side, the one I mentioned that I'm a little bit scared of. There's a dink coming from Empathy onto her teammate, but the bomb shall be planted. In the meantime, though, Emmy has caught off Phoebe, who's lurking around in middle, and there has been an exchange of damage, but we're going to resort to a 5 versus 4 retake with no kit.
a hard and fast hit onto the site. Bomb gets planted. Bomb gets tapped. Draws out Alex, but that's okay. Trades are good. Abby with 3. And Empathy to close it out.
Oh, wow. That's really clutch, because Alex took the first contact and died, and got the kill and died, which I thought was fine, but the dual Berettas really closed down the gap towards Gap, and I was very scared that when they got to that range, it was just going to be no match for Abby, basically. Like, there was just nothing she could have done. But the fact she's able to eliminate the dual Berettas and then at range with the clock still acquire 3 frags, this has started Shimmer off perfectly. We saw an overpass. The pistol rounds gave both teams the majority of their boost and rounds on the T side. This could be what the doctor ordered for Shimmer.
A little bit of util being laid down here early towards ramp. Oh, man, and it just draws out FlyQuest. That being said, the fact that it trades 2 for 2 is a little absurd. That's going to be a free upgrade for Goose Breeder as well. Galil in hand. Unfortunately, Emmy gets taken down. Now there's only 2 left for FlyQuest. But they've done almost everything that they would have wanted to accomplish in this round. They've done economic damage. They've taken away 2 guns. They might still be able to take away a 3rd. So even if they don't win the round, that's going to force a reinvest from Shimmer. And FlyQuest themselves are going to be able to buy up in the next round. For all intents and purposes, this round is a win. But how much more can they get done? Close player here, Alex, unfortunately, is going to shut down BB. So Goose is going to try to just hold on to this Galil and make that investment into the next round that little bit less devastating for their pockets. And it looks like she's going to be allowed to do it.
Can she? They are hunting her down. There's blood in the water, and she evades them. What's also very important to note is that Shimmer, yes, they keep 3 players alive, but those 3 players were wielding SMGs. They come to that first gun round a little bit impoverished when it comes to the weaponry. Look over to FlyQuest RED side, it's never going to be good on a 3rd round for a CT side. It never is. But this could be their leg into the round due to those SMGs.
This is exactly what FlyQuest wanted. Plays so well into their hands there. Now, oh man, Shimmer just runs straight through all of the utility. Absolutely not a care in the world here. They'll get that first kill of the round. Numbers advantage firmly in play. Map control in their hands. And now they just have to hold the line. Unfortunately, an over-aggressive push into ramp allows a free kill for Goose Breeder. And that advantage slips away.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest. Like, there was a really half-assed ramp take, and that was the downfall for Emmy. What's Abby doing? Max 10 dueling the site like that? I think that's really silly. And that could be the nerves potentially getting to a team like Shimmer. However, look at this sell. FlyQuest, they've been sold an absolute marvel. They've been sold a dream. There's no one on the B-bomb site. Immediately, that is. There's Empathy, who's just taking all the space. But what are her team doing? They need to get a move on. Utility's only just coming down now, and that's allowed for the full rotation.
Bomb is at the very least going to get... Never mind. No, it's not. BB exists, and she will just stop that in its tracks. However, maybe now. All right, Goose. Yeah, okay. It does actually end up happening. FlyQuest get a little bit overconfident there, but you know what? They can back it up. They don't just walk the walk. Well, they don't just talk the talk. They walk the walk. Now Phoebe has to clutch it out, but it's going to be Vanessa who shuts her out entirely. And it's a round back in favor of FlyQuest. Bonus decimated for Shimmer, which wasn't a full bonus because they did have to reinvest. FlyQuest, happy as can be.
Yeah, bonuses are, I always find a weird line with bonuses because I feel like even no matter what, if you lose the first gun round, you're always in quite a rough position, but they have pulled out 4 AKs. However, in that last round, as I said, as it was going on, Empathy takes all the space. Did not have to peek. The longer she survives, basically the better it gets. She goes a little bit too aggressive, she dies, and her teammates aren't really putting pedal to the metal as quick as I think she would have wanted. Maybe they didn't realize that everyone's rotated off, but when you've been gifted the B bomb site like that, you have to understand that they are scrambling over to try and retake that. And I think that's a big misplay from Shimmer, building on from what Abby did at the very beginning.
Shimmer trying to fight for a little bit of space over towards B at the moment. Empathy's got a pretty advanced position, but she's just gonna get sat down. And BB's like, no, this is my house. She'll creep up a little bit further. The suspicion is there that she's pushed up. They're not gonna push this. They've lost that space. Oh, Mads might get cheeky with it. Nah. It's just going to be Goose Breeder on the other side of the map, getting yet another kill here. And what does Shimmer do at this point? Phoebe's now been chunked down to 10 HP. Mads has taken a little bit of damage. She does manage to trade out and get the kill onto Vanessa, but BB is on the close corner. She gets another one for herself. Alex will trade it out, but now Phoebe, with only 10 HP, last player left alive, position well telegraphed at this point. Bomb lost. That's round.
Yeah, I think that's round. Very messy from Shimmer, all things considered. They throw a smoke onto default, so I assume their plan was to get Empathy deeper into the bomb site. But what it does is it just creates a really nasty play for Vanessa. Vanessa got given loads of space to work with, and Empathy was a little bit just like, well, I don't know where she's going to peek from, so I had to take this fight onto BiBiAhn. Dies, and then you have Abby getting aggressive over towards the A bomb site. So you have 2 players completely by themselves, ostracized on both extremity, and then just kind of one by one they fall down. I think Mads did really well to hold her nerve. She holds gap peek, or the swing onto the railings. She was just holding, she was waiting, catched off Vanessa, but ultimately that round was never going to be lost, especially with the prioritizations from Kaoday, just so dynamic all around that map. And now Shimmer, that early lead they garnered, winning the bonus round, winning pistol round. Oh, sorry, not winning bonus round, losing the bonus round, the one they should have won. This could be a 4-0 for Shimmer right now, but I feel like FlyQuest have held on really strong so far.
Chunky nade onto Empathy and a little bit of follow through, along with Kaoday getting... Oh, I thought she was going to get... Oh, Kaoday! Why is it that as soon as we spectate her, she just can't hit a shot? But she did get a kill earlier, so we won't dog on her too much for that one. It's the nerves. It's the pressure of knowing that you're being watched. With Shimmer down to like 2 players, there's not much more to this round, to be perfectly honest with you. Shimmer would have liked to have done a little bit of damage if they could. But realistically, that's FlyQuest going up to 3. They're going to be feeling really happy with the return on this one. Despite losing pistol, the fact that they didn't allow it to turn into a snowball is huge for them. And it's going to be a massive difference maker going forward as... Oh, KO. We need to just stop spectating her. Oh my god! Look away! Look away!
But they still keep 5 alive. And she has got
somehow.
Yeah. I mean, Abby could silence one with a prime headshot, but speaking of prime headshots, Goose Breeder just annihilates her. So very well done. And FlyQuest, they take the lead after losing the first 2 rounds, so mitigating the danger that the pistol round delivered to them, and back on the rifles. I'd love to see a bit more decisiveness from Shimmer. I feel like Empathy, even though she's 1-4, has had a good game and has been getting good space. I think they need to be playing more as a team, more as a pact, and just go to bomb sites a little bit earlier. It was an issue that was occurring over on Overpass when they maybe just took a little bit too long on the execute, and that was their downfall. They need to make sure they speed up and pick up the pace.
Instead.
But more in the later rounds, I mean. Like,
Yeah.
they have the opportunity, they need to pick up the pace. And, well, speaking of a weird play, Empathy does get the opener of Vanessa, but a quick trade from BiBiAhn.
Ah, that opener could have been magical, unfortunately. It's a great swing to shut her out. A little bit of damage done onto Alex and Abby as well. Kaoday, this is what I'm saying, man. Whenever we spectate her, she misses. But if we're not on her, she hits that shot. She's clean. Numbers advantage, once again, firmly in favor of FlyQuest. And this, again, is what I was saying about the CT side on Vertigo. I think it's a lot stronger than some people give it credit for. And the AWP starting to put up some numbers here, despite the naysayers. Ready?
Yeah, I mean, she's literally got more kills so far, or matching as most kills than they had in the whole of the last game they played on the AWP. So fair enough, her 3 kills, all with the AWP, and Goose Breeder, oh, perfect, anchoring down towards middle. Thou shall not pass, and oh, never mind, Phoebe's passing. They have to understand BiBiAhn, though, is towards the B bomb site. So even though she's done so well to already strike down 2 opponents, does she have the awareness? No. BiBiAhn, a lovely off angle, catches out the Australian, and now, oh yeah, it's Australian battles, and BiBiAhn comes out on top.
Australian on Australian violence. When will it end?
No, let's make it end.
Not today, folks. BB has no chill. A little bit more of an expensive round than FlyQuest would have wanted, for sure. Only surviving with 2 at the end of that one. Would have liked it to be a little bit more clean. However, they've dropped Shimmer down onto Tech9s. And we've seen what Tech9s are capable of from this roster in past maps. This time around, however, it looks like they're just going to get chunked away by utility. They'll survive just a little bit longer. No deaths just yet, but Goose Breeder, very advanced angle here. Backed up by Emmy, and it's just going to be a spray down on ramp. Phoebe's the last one left alive. She was so far away from the rest of her team. Bomb is lost, and all she can hope for is a little bit of damage. What?
Fair play. She looks quite disappointed, but honestly, like, fair enough. The fact she gets 1 there is quite impressive, but it is just a little bit unfortunate when, like, from your team when you get the opening kill and then instantly swung. I think that was a really nice play from FlyQuest because they lose Kaoday in headshot. So a great deagle snipe from Empathy, to be fair. You know, the hand cannon beating out the cannon. But just great reaction from the rest of the FlyQuest riflers. And also, I didn't want to maybe dumpster Goose Breeder too much, but she's had quite a slow series from my perspective. Only getting 2 kills in the second half of map 1, and overall not having the best of performances in map 2. Here in map 3, she's been farming. I think like the 2 rounds to go, anchoring down middle. Lovely. This round, it's against anti-eco, but she does well with a fabulous spray down. Her and BiBiAhn both get 2 kills apiece. She's double digits to stealth already with 122 ADR.
Genuinely a really good start to this map for FlyQuest. I think the loss on Overpass may have been a little bit of a wake-up call for them.
For sure.
The amount of early util damage that FlyQuest is getting so consistently. Shimmer, unfortunately, just always eating that damage, eating those nades, eating those mollies. And it puts them in such a rough start to every round. I mean, Phoebe already down to 22 HP. They have to back out. BB off the board early on is a great boon for them, however. With a numbers advantage here, hopefully they can turn it into a round win. They need a conversion here desperately.
Good chip damage, though, with the utility. Phoebe down to 22, LX down to 60 with that second nade. And it looks like Shimmer are grouping up towards this B bomb site. However, it's not going to be all clear skies for them. Emmy close on the flank. Kaoday, good Molotov onto a position. He does smoke herself off. Difficult with the AWP now, but everyone is here to party. Emmy needs to speed up with this rotation, though, because the bomb site has been quelled. It has been capitulated. A Glock spam through the smoke finds the head of the IGL. And LX, Stewie 2K who needs vision because she's got 2 kills through the smoke, and as Emmy's just a little bit too late, they're expecting her, and Shimmer with a lovely execute and a lovely third off the back of the opener.
The awesome thing about the molly that lands on KO is that as much as she's able to smoke it off, it's very obvious where the smoke comes from. And
yeah,
she is
and it also
essentially
mitigates
trapped
her
on an
completely.
island. Yeah.
Yeah, with the AWP especially, like playing quad with an AWP already is a bit interesting.
And of course, Shimmer will take full advantage of that. We said, right, they needed that conversion. They needed to bring that back into their control. Alex, open hand. Oh, no. We need to stop spectating the AWPers.
It's just not been a day for AWPing. I can't lie. I really hasn't. And I think Kaoday, she's got 3 kills with the AWP so far. Alex has done well with the rifles. So, as I said, maybe they just rifle up. Like, legitimately, maybe that's the case. Oh, never mind. Cheerio. Kaoday with a hasty snap of the wrist. But, unfortunately, Emmy goes peeking a little bit too far, and she won't be able to get traded. But in the meantime, Goose Breeder, alongside Vanessa in middle and B, are able to subjugate any sort of attack. Empathy just keeps on going like a rook through the same place, up on wood, and every single time gets caught off guard. She needs to start learning her lesson. And now, 2 remaining attackers trying to converge on this B bomb site. They've been spotted out though. Damage inflicted to Abby, and there's 3 defenders here to hold true. Abby and Mabs, they just have to break through. Mads has 1 kill, and now she has to 1 versus 4. Does at least add 1 more to her tally, but that's all she'll get before she studs to the ground.
Positioning from FlyQuest has just been so good. Round after round. Not completely telegraphed. They change it up a little bit here and there. Sometimes a little bit more aggressive, sometimes a little bit more advanced, sometimes they pull back a little bit. Sometimes they're just in the weirdest angle imaginable. And Shimmer have just really struggled to get them off of their spots. We had 1 really solid round where we had that molly onto Kaoday that they're able to capitalize on really well. But other than that, it's just been the FlyQuest show. They've had a full run of this map from start to finish. They've looked incredibly comfortable. Adaptations have been so good. And when I say adaptations, I don't just mean adapting to what Shimmer are doing, but just making sure that they play dynamic, that they're not easily read into. Like, BiBiAhn hasn't had this position much. Just these small little changes from round to round that make it so difficult for Shimmer to read what they're doing. So now Shimmer, slow down. Again, into a default, trying to get that early information where they can. BiBi is ready for this 3-stack.
Wait a second, she didn't spot the head, but they've spotted her. Goose Breeder could be in for a very rude awakening. Oh my god, what are these timings? Shimmer out middle, and no one knows. Mads is going to be peeking from heaven, and it's none the wiser. And in unison, Mads strikes down 2, doubles her frags. BiBi trades out Goose Breeder, and that's round over. The timings completely elude FlyQuest.
And that again comes down to how Shimmer are playing that default. It is so information starved. FlyQuest had no clue what was happening, while 3 players were just casually walking up into mid. So BiBi gets a bit of an itch. She falls off of her angle. Goose is still, she's still there, but she's not watching as BiBi falls off. So she has no clue that not only has 1 player completely thread the needle, but there are still 2 players hanging out in mid. When she eventually does peek, she's good for 1, but there's 2 aiming down sights at her. And so she will get traded out very easily. Now Emmy playing for some exits here. Oh my god! That was almost nothing, but she does at least get 1 for herself, and Kaoday will get to hold on to the AWP. And that's the best they can hope for in that round, and their economy is a shambles.
That's much better for Shimmer that they go 1 for 1 there. The fact that they, that's a huge success. Like, sure, she gets 1 at the end and is able to trade herself, but that's a big, big success for Shimmer. And Kaoday with the AWP, she hasn't been awful. She has got some nice opening frags, but especially in a round like this, she has to be the one that goes nuclear. They have 1,400 loss bonus, so that's definitely a little bit of an issue I'm looking at. I think they have to buy this. But 1,900 in the next round. Goose Breeder can buy, BiBiAhn can buy, no one else can. Do they just they're going to have to eco for the last round, I think. But money's still going to be a bit tight even when we go into that final round. And Kaoday, if there's any hope in round 11, it's Kaoday pops off. And now Shimmer have made them a little bit scared of middle, so that's why the AWP is heading that way instantly.
Glad to see that FlyQuest have opted not to put too much of a spend into this round. BB still with a Zeus. Tucked in towards B stairs. We'll see if we can get anything done there. Kaoday with a nice little opener here onto Phoebe. She will obviously have to fall off immediately though. Cannot live on that angle. The Zeus is entirely circumvented. The USPS is not connecting. Kaoday with a second kill onto Abby. Is this where everything turns around? Turns on its head? Bomb does get planted. Shots are still being rung through. Alex is down onto 3 HP. Goosebreeder has managed to upgrade to a rifle off of one of the fallen bodies from Shimmer, but time is ticking away and there is no kit available. FlyQuest have to move and they have to do it now. BB pushes forward, catches in the midst of util, but not able to get the connection. The empathy eludes the Zeus entirely, gets a 3K to secure them the round here. There's no way there's time to defuse. The swing comes through. Mads is good for one. Will get traded out, but that's it. She's done all that she needed to do, and there's no way on earth that this defuse is going to come through. Emmy's going to have to hightail it away with the AWP. She does make it, but that's a round in favor of Shimmer. What chaos!
Chaos indeed. Abby sniped through the smoke. LX survives on 3 HP as she's planting the bomb. The Molotov comes down just a second too late, and oh, it's just so close. If LX had died to that Molotov, it's round over. It's a 5 versus 2 with the bomb knocked down and no one near enough to plant it. One thing, I know it's going to suck. They had a Molotov on that retake, and they throw it towards Gap. There was a smoke. The smoke extinguished it. If they'd held onto that Molotov and thrown it towards Gap as they were maybe encroaching close towards the bomb site, I think that actually could have gone in their favor. But we can't look at that. We have to look forward. Shimmer have had a great T side. It's been maybe a little bit scrappy after winning the pistol round, but 6-6 here would be magical, and BiBiAhn's going to get tested. First kill goes in her favor. Trapped by a Molotov though, she has to re-swing, and Abby will tear her head off. Vanessa, not the most illustrious of games, but has held down this bomb site when called upon. And while everyone around her is dying, she has to go for this unwinnable 1 versus 4. And it looks like Shimmer will tie up the scoreline 6-6. Third map. It's anyone's game. We're going to have to find out who takes it after the break.
Plenty more hours to go. Ain't got time to mess around. Don't stand me up.
Well, a 6-6 half, the closest one we've had yet so far in this series, and it's pretty poetic given that we're in a 1-1 series. It is the final map for North America for day 1. FlyQuest versus Shimmer, the Giants, the epic grudge match. Apologies, chat. Words become difficult at 6:30 a.m. But the finish line is within our sights. Freddy, we are so close to discovering which one of these two teams is going to go 1-0 in the group stage.
Yes, I'm honestly, as I said at the very beginning, I think FlyQuest are going to win, and I will stand by what I said. But I also said I'd love to see Shimmer win. I want to see Shimmer win. I think FlyQuest should, and they really should. But I want to see Shimmer win. And this pistol round is going to kickstart either side with a very nice momentum in the second half. I feel like Shimmer carry everything right now. The fact that we were even on this third map exemplifies that Shimmer have the momentum because FlyQuest do not want to be here. And then on top of that, they've kind of always maintained, I feel like, a lead this half. Yeah, they did lose it after the first 2 rounds when they won pistol. But if they're able to win both pistol rounds, this should be it.
We spoke about how important those pistol rounds can be, how pivotal the springboard that it can create. That being said, Shimmer won the pistol round in the first half, and FlyQuest were able to bring things back into their control for a while. Shimmer regained their composure and brought it up to a tied-up scoreline. I've loved how back and forth this series has been. I think that this is honestly the perfect way to have kicked off day 1 of Impact. And as exhausted as I think a lot of us here in production are, I don't know that we'd have it any other way. To know that teams have become this close and are fighting tooth and nail with everything they have in them to make it to the top here. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying every minute of this.
Yeah, I mean, like, if this has any... What's the word? Like, if this is foreshadowing the rest of the season, sorry, Hedwig. It's going to be a long few months for you. But I'm excited because if we keep on getting these close affairs, these close fixtures, I'm all here for it. I think EU has never been as close as it is. I think Pigeons, who are ex-Enigma Galaxy, might not be as dominant as they are because of the IGL change, because of the roster changes. We've already seen Vilga's new team with the X9 Pandas. They're not looking as, you know, they're not super dominant. And Na'Vi Javelins are also not looking completely invincible from 2 reasons. The first is they dropped the map today and got tested. And secondly, in the trade at finals, I'm pretty sure Ents took a map off them and it was really close. So no one's looking like a monolith over in EU. In SA, Fluxo have already showed that they can draw blood. And now, speaking of drawing blood, FlyQuest might be gashed open because they could potentially lose their opening game.
We spoke a little bit about shaking off the cobwebs a little bit earlier on after our first map. Perhaps that's the case here, or perhaps Shimmer have really elevated themselves. And again, I mean, we talk about the roster shakeups that have happened in EU, and NA have not been immune to the same symptoms. So a little bit of growing pains here that some of our teams still need to work through. But we zoom back in onto Vertigo. 6-6 here. It's our second pistol round of this map. And we'll find out which one of these two teams is going to walk away having won this one and snagging the lead in the series. FlyQuest going for a very, very slow push in towards long, inching their way up towards this A site. A little bit of util to come through just to clear some space for themselves. Sandbags cleared as well, checking every possible angle. And Shimmer have now figured it out. They've realized they're reinforcing the site. FlyQuest have to get this bomb down at the absolute minimum. And yes, that is the least they will be able to do.
Look at the flank as well. Phoebe's on the lurk. She's on the very big flank, but Goose Breeder catches her off guard. A great start to the post plant for FlyQuest. There is a Kian Abby, and that smoke will be planted on the bomb. She's going to stick it. I respect this. Yes, head down on the ground. Her teammates are doing just enough to cover her. No, what? There was like 0.1 seconds in it. No way. What? That was it. Shimmer had it. That should have been theirs. No, that's insane.
Bro, listening to you just absolutely freak out. Very entertaining. Freddy is unhinged, chat. Off the back of that round, that really should have been Shimmers. And BB, look at that smile. Look at that laugh. She knows. That came dangerously close.
0.001. The graph had ended. The graphic had nothing left in it. The bomb was defused.
And yet, no, it wasn't.
Wow. Heartbreaking.
That's truly, I don't know how you recover from that. I don't know how I recover from that. These ladies are far more resilient than I am, but...
Like, a mixture of Phoebe as well, not getting anything on the lurk, and then that was their round to win. They had all the info. They had the rotations. They had the kit. They had the smoke. What else do you need?
Once again, sandbags completely cleared as FlyQuest start moseying their way onto site here. Goose Breeder, the Mac 10 goes massive. It goes so massive, it's actually nuclear. 4 kills for Goose. She is currently on 19 and 6. We could just take a moment to appreciate the loose goose in our server.
I think I mentioned this when she was like 10 and 2 in like round 6. And I stand by, she's had a pretty slow series, but she's really making up for it now. I was a little bit, like they were talking about how she's been enabled more on the fragging department. And I was looking at that and I was like, has she? I was like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be crude about it. But this is when she has, and this is not a great start for Abby. She's pushed out Gap. She's moved in towards Henny, the pillar behind Gap, and she is a walking wounded warrior. 18 HP. She finally does skulk away, but at what cost?
Cost of a lot of HP and not too much information. The RT's on ramp? Huh, who would have thought? She loses a lot of her HP to find that out. Now, looks like FlyQuest will look to actually take control of that space. Just caught out in the open. The one time they don't clear sandbags. And there is indeed someone waiting in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity. Goose Breeder, however, will bring things back into their control. Now they'll clear sandbags. Now Alex will fall off the map. Oh, dearie me, dearie me.
Wallowed smoke. Is that crucial at the Paris Major playing in the playoffs against Vitality?
Too soon.
Too soon. It was over a year ago. I was there. I was there working for them and just watching that on the screen going, well, I guess it's GG. That's my job done.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, that's rough though. Like that whole round is really rough. Like you start off with Phoebe getting Phoebe putting down to minimal HP. LX extinguishes the Molotov way too late, and on top of that, a double Mac 10 entry from Goose Breeder. You were hyping her up, and rightfully so. 19 kills to 21 now, and she's not looking to slow down. 11 HP, and she's still going for the kill. Doesn't get it, but helps in that process. Empathy tools. That's the first gun round going in favor of FlyQuest, and that could be it. Like you were talking about how they're going to build up from that crushing pistol round. I don't know if they can, Sam.
This is the problem, right? This is that momentum builder. So the really important round for Shimmer to win was that last round. Because you can lose pistol and force and still claw your way back in if you're able to deny the bonus round win. And unfortunately, Shimmer were not able to do that. And realizing how close they are to the brink, they've taken the timeout now because if they lose this round, it is potentially GG. That is how punishing it is if you're not able to either win the pistol or stop the snowball in its tracks. You have to be pixel perfect, and Shimmer just has not been so far.
Sorry, I've just watched back the pistol round on stream.
Don't do that.
I kid you not, there was like a pixel. A literal pixel. One sliver of a pixel. But god, yeah, that was rough. And also, FlyQuest surviving with 4 players last round, if I'm not mistaken. 2 kills with a Mac 10 as well. Goose has got loads of money. She's also been given back a Mac 10, so she's looking to start seeing more econ. And, well, Emmy, you might be winning, but we're not on Valorant. You need to relearn that util. Sorry, that's just unnecessarily flaming.
BB.
Sit down.
To be fair, there was pistols. One of them was like a CZ. Like, there wasn't too much kickback. 3 is probably still a little bit egregious, but anti-eco go burr. They do manage to get the kill onto Kaoday, so at least a little bit of econ damage done there, but really, is it going to make any sort of a difference at this point? Now, trying to get a little bit more done. Phoebe will finally take down BiBiAhn, who had so little HP left. If Empathy can get just one more here, unfortunately, she hasn't been able to locate one of those lost guns. They're nowhere near her position. Just one more. She can't make it happen. So close. And unfortunately, that eco just does not net them any workable results.
Lovely anti-eco from here from BB. Like, that is something that legitimately could have got a bit scary, considering that it almost came down to like a 1 versus 2 in the end. But 10-6, FlyQuest RED. This is the round. This is the round where X has the AWP. They have full utility. They have nothing scarce. They've sparse of nothing. Starting 4 players towards the B bomb site. FlyQuest aren't beginning with it in a quick progression, and they need to be a little bit careful in middle now, because look at this. FlyQuest have 2 players lurking out. They're going to be matched with no resistance, and Phoebe, when she comes rotating in, she could be in a world of problems. But in the meantime, it's Abby through the smoke onto Goose Breeder.
For a second, I thought that was an Alex no-scope, and then I saw the kill
Same.
feed. Hopes and dreams shattered. Mine were anyway. But Shimmer going to be feeling good with the start. Yes, they do lose Phoebe. They've managed to give themselves a little bit of a numbers advantage. So at the very least, they can try and pivot off of that. Oh my god, Kaoday, she knows. Spidey sense tingled. Down to 10 HP, but it's now 3 versus 3. B-side relatively free and clear. The only one standing in their way currently is Alex with that AWP. A few good smokes will give them just the space that they need to put that bomb down. Punch those numbers in. Now can they hold the line? Mads has the potential here for a lurk, so Vanessa is going to be on lookout for that, just in case. Kaoday in a really tight spot here, pressed right up against the enemy team. BB, oh my god, KO still gets one. She gets a second with 10 HP. She's just almost single-handedly holding down this bomb site. BiBiAhn is just the distraction so that Kaoday can absolutely slay an 11th round for FlyQuest.
And she just slays them, left, right, and center. I want to say, even though Kaoday did great there to get 2, BB's kind of the GOAT of that round. You were saying distraction, but it was the flashbang that was more of the GOAT and the distraction. That flashbang, at a perfect timing, flashes both of the attackers coming from generators, and it allows Kaoday a perfect segue onto a double, completing the 3K. Yeah, you can see like they're just fully blind coming around the corner. Kaoday dispatches them very easily. And even though they had the opening pick and it was a 3 versus 5 in favor of Shimmer, it is not enough. Mads as well on that retake had the only kit and was taking way too long on the flank. As soon as she was taking that long, I already knew it was time. I already knew they weren't going to be able to make it. She took way too long, and they couldn't even get to the bomb site anyways. 11-6. Shimmer throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this round. Empathy's had such a rough game. 6-16. There's ever a time for her to come alive. Their new star rifler. This has to be it.
The gravitas of this round begins to set in. And it's another slow one for FlyQuest. Poking and prodding, getting that early information where they can. Looking for the opening frag that will signal the acceleration. Don't giggle in a gravitas round, Freddy.
No,
how dare.
Sorry. It was the bold play that Empathy has 6 kills and pushes through her own smoke, but it's Emmy. The awareness, so acutely trained onto the edge of that smoke, snaps off the head, and now it's all down to Alex, and I say that! Not quite. Almost a third with the MP9. Would have put it into a 2 versus 2 at the worst, but now it's the 3 versus 2. Mad still has that kit from the last round. Molotov and nade as well. Can plant it down when the bomb gets planted, but Kaoday also reads into that, and with low HP, she evades it. But here comes the grenade. As soon as that bomb gets tapped, it could be clothesline, but Vanessa, she gets dropped the bomb. That's such a lovely microplay. The nade misses anyway, but Kaoday gets dropped. Maz does it all. She's pulling back her power from overpass, and now it's Emmy. The two new players up against each other, and it's Mads with the 1 versus 1 for the 3K. The hat trick keeps Shimmer alive. One more dance.
Ooh, Mads, you absolute mad woman. Still being able to clutch that out to the end there. Emmy, the pressure was on for her there. She just had to play a little bit of time. Wasn't expecting Mads to push out so aggressively after tapping. And unfortunately, Emmy just doesn't win that 1v1. That's what it came down to. A lifeline here for Shimmer that allows them a little bit longer to play. A little bit more breathing room, a little bit more wiggle room.
Oh, hello, Mads. Just ahead of the smoke. Completely isolated.
Man.
Still gets the first and gets traded very nicely by her teammates as well. What? Okay, a lot of smoke shenanigans going on. Alex survives with 2 HP. Gets still aggressive, 2 HP, and she's pushing that far down. Constant, unrelenting aggression. And Shimmer are in a 2 versus 1.
Well, that's gone belly up very, very quickly, but Vanessa wrestles back a little bit of that control. Brings it down to 1v1. She still has control of the bomb. She's just going to chill for a little bit. Obviously, because her position is known, she wants to try to cut noise. She wants to try and fake out a little bit. Empathy's just chilling. She didn't care. And this could even just be a save call. But with 40 seconds left, there is definitely an opportunity. And I think for FlyQuest, you don't want to give it up here. This is more than winnable. This is so doable on every possible level. Vanessa is going to try to find herself a spot, carve out an opening for herself. She's managed to sneak her way past Empathy. They're so close. One misstep, one little bit of noise. The smoke comes through there, and that should be the information given away. She'll slip into the smoke. Will Empathy have even an inkling of what's just happened? Moving over towards this A site. The juke is phenomenal. Empathy thinks that it's going to be a B hit. Completely threads the needle. Vanessa plays this so smart, but now it's down to that 1 versus 1. Mads was able to clutch it out for Shimmer before. Can Empathy replicate that now? Yes, she can. Catches Vanessa on the cross, and with kit in hand, that's a free and easy defuse for Shimmer.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no faith in Empathy there. She was playing it like she was very unconfident. She's been playing this game still very confidently, even though her scoreline. But in that 1 versus 1, she stays in that B bomb site for so long. Double guessing, triple guessing, like really like awkwardly wanting to realize. And then she gets a perfect timing. If Vanessa had continued to push through to middle and wrapped around CT, that would have been round over. That would have been it. That would have been game over. But Empathy finally soars up to the heavens, finally comes clutch for Shimmer when necessary. Back-to-back 1v1s garnered. Money so down in the dumpster. Orcs on either side, not able to be occupied. But because of that bomb down, FlyQuest still looking rich, and not rich in HP as Shimmer right now, because those Molotovs, well, Shimmer confirms they are indeed hot.
So much early damage, though, from all of that util in towards ramp. No! Caught out in the open. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Goose is still good for 1, but will get traded out. That got a little bit too close for comfort here. And Shimmer, with the player advantage, might just be able to bring themselves back into this one. Empathy with a swing. Good for the first. Is able to duck back behind covers. Phoebe covers her 6, and they survive this round with 4 left alive.
That's how the round plays out. Also, I want to highlight, Alex is playing like a bat out of hell. I don't know what's happened, but she has gotten some insane confidence. I don't know what's overcome her, but she's swinging, she's killing, she's popping heads, and I kind of got to respect it. Swinging ramp, kills 1 ramp, trades out her teammate. It got a little bit dicey when Goose Breeder peeked up her head and kind of waddled along up gap and actually got through enemy lines. But we're in a position where FlyQuest RED should be taking a hero AK buy with maybe Kaoday. What do they do here with economy? I mean, they can can buy next round regardless. So how do they manage this? It seems like Vanessa's going to drop over another rifle, and they are going to reinvest, and they are going to continue pushing this issue. But Shimmer could still close out in regulation, coming back from the grave, 2 1v1s, and finally they deliver a clean round. They stabilize their economy, but they are not out of the fire right yet. They're thrown right back into the frying pan. And they got to be careful. They got to understand that this is still a full buy.
For FlyQuest, I feel like this is a really important round for them for a lot of reasons. Economically, mentally. There's a few reasons why this one would be an important one for them to win. Losing out on this will put Shimmer on the double digits. It will almost destroy FlyQuest's economy. Yes, they've got a little bit of a loss streak bonus going.
Yeah.
So they, you know, bit of a force can still come through, but realistically, you want to have that extra bit of cash. And it's a similar situation for Shimmer. If FlyQuest win this round, not only are they on map and series point, but Shimmer's economy is like in the toilet.
A bomb down, I think, for FlyQuest legitimately means they might be able to buy up again, which is ludicrous. And they do have 2,900 going in the next round, so you'd be looking at around 3.7 for each player. So it wouldn't be great, but Kaoday could purchase up, so could Goose and Emmy, and Vanessa and BiBiAhn, I guess, take the Galils. So they can continue forcing the pressure in that regard. But Shimmer, as you said, perfectly, they have to, I mean, every round's a do or die round, and especially this one, because they haven't stabilized their economy just yet. Theoretically, if they lose the next one and keep this clean, at least they have the econ, and my god, what a double grenade. Bye-bye. Shrapnel flying everywhere, and now weathered down, thinned down. The numbers are still going to try and charge onto this bomb site. GooseBreeder finally delivers a trade, but it's still that 4 versus 3. They still have that advantage. Bomb shall be tapped, not planted just yet. Nade in the smoke. Damage chipped down from Shimmer, and finally the digits tapped in. 50 HP and 33 for Kaoday, but Kaoday gets dropped through the smoke. Alex once again a demon through these smokes. Vanessa, though, they've lined up for her. She gathers 3 and continues on for the 4th. There you go, the cherry on top, just what the doctor ordered. FlyQuest surge the match and series point.
Oh, how have Shimmer let that happen? They all just walked into Vanessa's crosshairs, and all she had to do was hold mouse 1. Just unbelievable scenes. The smokes worked out perfectly in her favor. She takes so much of that space, and a lot of those were CT smokes as well. And despite that, I mean, that is heroics. That purely is heroics and some sheer dumb luck that allowed for Shimmer to just line up in her crosshairs. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. But this is it. Like you said, map and series point here for FlyQuest RED. And Shimmer's economy, as noted before, dire straits. The force is in, 3 MP9s, 2 M4s, and that's it. Okay, they've got some util to play with here. They've got Kevlar, 1 player with a helmet. I don't see it, Freddy. I'd love to see it. You know, make me a believer, Shimmer. But I don't know if I do.
It's just in the manner of how that last round played out, and this could be it. This could be the final charge up ramp. Emmy with the first frag, the first slay, but LX, once again, the hero for me in these last few deciding rounds, continues with the MP9, puts it into that 3 versus 3, and Mad still holds an aggressive position. But Kaoday, she's hunting. She smells the blood, but it's going to be GooseBreeder, the old captain, but still firmly the leader for their team. 25 frags, over a 2 KD. And Phoebe, she's next on the chopping block. Her and Empathy playing so segregated. There's no sense of unison right now. There's no sense of trades. Individually, they're going to have to pop off if they have any chance to come back and at least force us to overtime.
Alright, another gravitas round here as KSLA will get 1 more. Everything is on Empathy here. No pressure or anything. But she has to be massive. She has to do everything. Full HP. She was the only one to come in with head armor. Okay, she had full HP. Little bit of tickle damage there from the Molotov. Little bit of util to work with here. 1 smoke left to cover something. able to dodge this molly, but she's been spotted. Position known, good for one, but time is ticking away. She does not have the time to play with here. Player's already up onto ramp, taps the bomb, she tries to stick, and of course, it goes the only way that it could have done in that round. FlyQuest RED clutch it out, the 13th round, the third map in their pockets, and they will go up 1-0 in ESL Impact North America. What a performance from these two teams. But